Queue is nothing but what? It is a waiting line for service. What we should wait? We should wait whenever you go for payment counters in a bank. We wait to book train tickets at reservation counter, and not only that one, better when you are going for any bus pass renewal. Okay, if you are going for bus pass renewal also, there you have to maintain a queue. Okay, and the main thing of maintaining a queue is nothing but taking per service. Okay, that means not only human beings are maintaining a line, there are some waiting phenomena is not limited to human beings. Okay, there are some, whenever you are going on a, you are driving, okay, there is a traffic signal, definitely we have to wait. That means not only we, that means vehicle has to wait, okay, at traffic signal, plants at circle. Okay, and not only that one, whenever you are going for any repair shop or car repairing or two-wheeler repairing or service renter, okay, the vehicle has to maintain a line. Okay, first vehicle, second vehicle, third vehicle, like that. That means what? Waiting line is not only for human beings, it is for other than human beings also, it is there. Okay, and now here, when you are talking, what is the main objective of queuing theory here? Okay, the main objective of queuing theory is how many members are waiting for service, how much time we are taking, and not only how much time, then we are also finding how much idle time is there, how the service time you are going to calculate. All those things we have to calculate in entire queuing theory. Okay, now let us move to the next concept, general structure of a queuing system. How the structure is there? In generally, if I want to go for any service, let us suppose I am going to a supermarket. When I am going to supermarket, first people are arriving to that place. After arriving to that place, then they are maintaining a queue like this. After maintaining a queue, then you are going to get the service. After getting the service, then the customers are going to leave. Okay, that means what? It is a general structure better. People are coming, then maintaining a queue. After maintaining a queue, then they are taking service. After taking service, then the people are leaving. This is what the structure. And in this structure, what is the main thing here? How many people are coming, we have to find. And not only how many people are coming, we are also finding how they are maintaining a line, and are not only line, how much time they require to maintain in a line, and not only that, how they are providing a service, not only how they are providing service, how the customers are living also, we have to learn. Now let us see afterwards elements of queuing system. What are the basic elements are there? Basic elements of queuing system are arrival process, that means how the people are coming. Service system, how they are providing a service. Queue structure, queue structure nothing but how they are calling for service. Okay, that means the people, how they are coming, how they are providing a service, how they are maintaining the queue. These are the main things we should study in entire queuing theory. Okay, now the first thing, arrival process. Again, this arrival process divided into three types better. One is according to size, according to number, according to time. What do you mean by according to size? According to size, nothing but where the size is the total number of customers that require service from time to time. The size may be assumed to be either finite or infinite. That means what? Whenever you're going to any service, okay, if I'm taking a uh, our two-wheeler vehicle service, then there how many vehicles are going to wait? It may there will have a limited one. Okay, they will give a service for daily 50 vehicles or 30 vehicles, or it may be 100 vehicles. Okay, that is a finite one. When you go for calls arriving at telephone exchange, when calls arriving at telephone exchange, it is not finite beta, it is infinite also. Are you clear? That means what? Wherever arrival are coming finite case, it is nothing but finite population. If it is infinite, it is infinite population. And the next one, according to number. According to number, nothing but how many customers are coming. Whether the customers are coming individually or whether the customers are coming in a group. If the customers are coming individually nothing but what? Nowadays corona effect is there. The government is mentioned very clearly, from each family only one member has to go for buy a kirana grocery items. That means what? Individually going, and they are taking a service which is nothing but individual member. Sometimes when you go for any temple, we we are not going individually, we may go complete family or complete friends. Okay, that means what? We are visiting a temple uh, in a group. Okay, that means what? According to number nothing but customers may arrive for service individually, or the service it may be a group. Okay, now whenever it is individually, you can call individual member is attending. Whenever you are calling a group, let us see, I'm giving example, families visiting hotels. When you go for families visiting hotel, a family nothing but it's not individual, a group you are going. Okay, this is what you call it as according to number. Now the next one we have according to time. According to time nothing but what? Customers may arrive in the system at known regular time, or it may be sometime random time. Okay, let us suppose simple example. I'm talking about our college timings. Our college timings are 9:30 to 4:30. That means what? The students are taking a service from the teachers in a regular interval of time. Okay. Now, if I go to any hospital, okay, let us suppose I'm talking about a Gandhi hospital or a Usmania hospital. Okay, they mentioned to you very clearly 24-hour service facilities available. Okay, that means what? Any time, if any problem comes in any time, at any time, we can go and meet a doctor. That is a random time it is. Okay, that means what? According to time, nothing but the customers are coming. Sometime it may be regular interval of time, sometime it may be random time. Regular interval of time nothing but they will mention to you a particular period of time. Random nothing but any time you can go and take a service. Okay, let us suppose I'm talking about nowadays. Now corona effect is there, the government is given a very clear thing is that because of lockdown, only kirana general store are open from morning 7 o'clock to evening 6 o'clock, or morning 7 o'clock to 11 o'clock. That is a regular time. Okay, and random without any time we can go and purchase means what? It is a random time. Okay, now these are the ways the customers are coming. Okay, that means according to size nothing but the customers may be coming finite, or the customers may be coming in infinite. According to number nothing but the customers are going for service may be individual, or it may be a group. According to time nothing but the customers are going a regular interval of time, or it may be random time. The next one we have service system. How they are providing a service system. Service system, again it is divided into two types beta. Structure of the service system and speed of service. Structure of the service system nothing but the service system consists of one or more facilities, each of which contain one or more parallel service channels called servers. That means what? Structure mean whether the people are maintaining single service facility. What do you mean by single service facility? You people have an idea about taking bus pass renewal. Okay, let us suppose I have a two different counters beta. Bus pass renewal counter is at ECIL, and bus pass counters are there at Secunderabad station. In bus pass renewal in say ECIL, let us suppose you may have only one counter. If one counter means what? The people are maintaining only one line, and the server also only one. That type of service facility is nothing but single service facility. Now the next one, multiple parallel facilities. Multiple parallel multi means many. Okay, many servers are providing like Secunderabad bus pass renewal. Or else if I go to a simple example, Yesra Nagar having one reservation counter, railway ticket reservation counter. Railway reservation counter means that only one counter is there, or that means only one line we are maintaining. Not only one line you are maintaining beta, and we are also one line you are maintaining, and next we have only one server is there. And when you go for Secunderabad railway station, there are several counters are there, and several servers are available. And that type of service facility, we can call it as multiple parallel facilities. And next one, service facility in series. What do you mean by service facility in series? Service facility in series, nothing but here also we have multiple servers. But only the thing is they are connected in a series. If suppose I'm going to NIM, if suppose I'm going to Mi Seva or E-Seva counters, I want to take a birth certificate. If I want to take a birth certificate, what is the procedure? They will tell you very clearly that go to counter number so and so and take an application form. After taking application form in counter number 1, then you fill that application and submit in counter number 2. After submitting in counter number 2, in counter number 3, they will give a bill. There you have to pay the amount. That means what they are doing for same service, but they are connected in a series. That type of service facility, we can call it as service facility in series. Okay. And here there are service systems are 3 types beta: single service facility, multiple parallel service facility, service facility in series. Single service facility, nothing but only one queue and one server. Multiple parallel mean multiple lines, many queues they maintain, and many number of service. And service facility in series. Service facility in series, nothing but it consists of multiple servers are there which are connected in a series. Only for one purpose, we have to visit 2-3 counters. The type of service facility, we can call it as service facility in series. And not only this one, there are another one, speed of service. Speed of service is nothing but how they are maintaining a line, how much time they are taking for service. If I go to one service center, they will take more time for giving a service. Okay, what are the different timings are there? That also we have to calculate in entire queuing theory. Okay, as of now we discussed arrival process and service system, how the people are coming, how they are providing a service. And not only this, the next one is queue structure, how they are calling for service. Okay, here queue structure, nothing but how they are calling for service, how the people are maintaining from the lines, how they are calling for service. That is what we have to learn in entire queue structure. Okay, and queue structure is basically divided into 2 types beta: queue discipline and queue behavior. What is queue discipline? This refers to the order in which the members of the queue are selected for service. Okay, it may be first come first served, last come first served, service in random order, or priority service. What do you mean by first come first served? That means what? If the customer is coming first, they are providing a service first. That means the order of service of customers is in the order of their arrival. Are you clear? That means what? If you go to any kirana shops now, okay, if you are going first, they are providing a service first. If you are going last, they are providing a service last. That is what first come first served. The next one is last come first served. What do you mean by last come first served? Last come first served, nothing but those who are coming first, they are getting a service last. Or those who are coming last, they are getting first service. Let us suppose I am keeping 100 textbooks on a table. When I am keeping 100 books on a table, first book, second book, third book, up to 100th one. We usually, I ask you to pick up one book from that. Then usually you will pick up the last one. That last one, nothing but 100th book you are going to pick up. That means you are giving a service for the last book first. That is what last come first service. The next one, service in random order. Selection of customer for service is done in a random way. That means what? I'm coming to your class. In a class consists of 60 children beta. I'm calling randomly rule number 70, rule number 80, rule number 101, rule number 109, like that. If I'm calling randomly, okay, I'm not using any procedure. I'm not calling first come first served. I'm not calling last to first. I'm just calling randomly. Then after calling randomly, then I'm giving a service. That type of facility, we can call it as service in random. Okay. And the next one, priority service. Priority service, nothing but the customers are chosen on some priority procedure. For example, it is seen that VIPs are given for preference over the other patients in the hospital. And not only in the hospital, beta, let us suppose we are going to Tirupati temple, and at the same time either Prime Minister or Chief Minister is coming to Tirupati temple. Then even though they are having a priority, in Tirupati temple, first they are getting a priority. Okay, they will see the priority. CM having a priority, first they will allow. Okay, after that they will allow us. Are you clear? That means what? Based on the priority also, they're providing a service. And this type of calling people for service is nothing but priority service. These are the different ways they're calling for service. Either maybe first come first served, or maybe last come first served, or maybe random order and priority. And next one, queue behavior. Whenever you are maintaining the line, there are certain types of people, beta. There are people having some patience to wait, and after waiting, they will get a service. There are people, they don't have a patience. They're impatient customers. Impatient customers are nothing but some customer will not wait till the service is offered. They're not having a patience to take a service. Okay. And that type of service facility, we can call it as impatient customers. Okay. And these are the basic elements of system. Our basic elements are here. Once you look at your structure here, under structure, we are calling as basic elements, beta, arrival process according to size. According to size means finite people are taking service or infinite. According to number, arrivals are coming individually or a group. According to time, arrivals may come in a regular interval of time, or it may be random time. Service system. Service system, nothing but structure of the service system. That means how they maintain structure. That means whether it may be single server or multiple server or series server. Speed of service. The service is a very speed or very slow. And queue structure. That means queue discipline, queue behavior. Queue discipline, nothing but how they are calling for service. Either it may be first come first served, last come first served, random or priority. Queue behavior. Queue behavior means what? Whenever the people or customers are waiting in the line, there are people having a patient, there are people are not having a patient. Okay, there are different ways we can observe in the queue discipline, beta. And that is what queue behavior. After that, we have operating characteristics of queuing theory. What do you mean by operating characteristics? What exactly we need to calculate in entire queuing theory? First thing, we have to calculate queue length. What do you mean by queue length? Queue length is nothing but how many number of customers are waiting in the line. Are you clear? Length of queue, nothing but how many people are waiting in the queue. Queue means what? Waiting line. In that waiting line, whether 20 members are waiting or 40 members are waiting, that is what we need to calculate. How do we calculate? We'll see later. Next one, system length. System length, nothing but before going to system length, first you need to understand the difference between queue and system. Queue, nothing but only the people are waiting in the line. System, nothing but the people are waiting in the line plus how many people are already taken a service. Okay, that is what the meaning of system length. Okay, now after that, system length, nothing but the average number of customers in the system, those waiting to be and those being serviced. Okay, already how many people are serviced on particular day? Let us suppose one in a hospital, some hospital they are having a restriction. The doctor will see only 20 members per day. Okay, in that 20 members, I'm going in the middle. That means total system length is 20. Queue length, when I'm going in the middle, in that there are only 10 customers are waiting. That means the length of the queue is 10, but system length is 20. That means number of people waiting is 10, already taken service is 10, total is 20. Next one, waiting time in the queue. Waiting time in the queue. Queue means what? Waiting line. How much time you are going to wait? That also we can calculate. Let us suppose you are taking a bus pass renewal. Okay, TCIL or Secunderabad. Okay, you are taking a bus pass renewal and you are maintained a line. Do you know exactly how much time you are going to maintain? We don't know. Your friend is asking how much time it takes. Okay, you may say that within half an hour it may complete. We can't tell exact value. You are saying that maybe in half an hour. Okay, that means what? That time also we have to calculate. That is waiting time in the queue. The next one, total time in the system. Total time means what? Waiting time in the queue is only in the line how much time you have to wait. Now, total time in the system, nothing but average time that a customer spends in the system from entry in the queue to completion of service. Okay, not only in the queue time, even service time also we have to add. Okay, only waiting line in the queue is nothing but waiting time of a queue. In addition to that, if you are adding system time, that means service time, that is nothing but total time of a system. Are you clear? And after that, server idle time. Idle time, nothing but gap time. One customer to another customer, there should be some gap. Okay, that gap time you can call it as idle times. Okay, and these are the basic things we have to calculate in entire queuing theory. I repeat once again, the one is queue length. Queue length, nothing but average number of customers are waiting in this line for service. System length, nothing but average number of customers are waiting in the line plus average number of people are taken service. All together is nothing but system length. The next one is waiting time in the queue. How much time you are going to wait in the only line? That is what waiting time in the queue. Total time in the system. Total time is nothing but once you are entering into the queue to completion of your entire service. Let us suppose you are entered into queue at 10 o'clock. Okay, up to 11 you are waiting in the line only. 10 to 11 there is a 1 hour gap. That is 1 hour is a waiting time in the line. But for every customer they are taking 10 minutes for service. 1 hour you are waiting in the queue plus service time is how much? 10 minutes. 1 hour plus 10 minutes together you are getting 1 hour 10 minutes. That is our system time. Okay, now the next one is server idle time. Server idle time is nothing but gap time. One customer to another customer, how much gap the server is taking. Okay, we can't take immediately, no. There may be some sort of slight gap. Okay, that gap also we have to consider in that. Okay. This meeting will be end in 10 minutes. Upgrade now to remove the 40. Time limit that. Okay. Students, anyone can you respond? Karthik? Karthik?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Voice increase in the better. Within 10 minutes, I'm going to wind up. Okay. Mute yourself better. Karthik.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay, right. Now, after server idle time, the last concept today's class is models of queuing system. Models of queuing system are, there are two different models beta. One is deterministic model and probabilistic queuing model. What do you mean by deterministic? What do you mean by probabilistic? Deterministic, nothing but you know that how many customers are arriving, and also we know that what is the service time. Arrival time is known and service time is known. If both are known, we go for deterministic queuing model. Arrival time, nothing but what? At what time the people are coming, you know. How much time the service is taking, we know. Then do we require any formulas? Karthik or anyone? Gayatri, can you answer better? Gayatri. Gayatri Pandey.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, listen here. A deterministic, nothing but arrival time is known. At what time the people are coming, you know. At what, how much time service is taking. Then you can find out all answers, no, without any formula.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Do we need any formulas for this?
No, sir.
No,
not required.
Not required, because we know all those things. Okay, mute yourself better. That means what? If you know the time of arrival, if suppose I am entering into a class at 10 o'clock, I know that by 10:30 or 10:40 it is going to wind up exactly. Then I know that how many children may expect. I know that only 59 may come to your class. Okay, And that is what arrival time is known, service time is known. We don't require any formulas, anything. That is what deterministic queuing model. The next one is probabilistic queuing model. What do you mean by probabilistic queuing model? Probabilistic queuing model, nothing but here we don't know how many arrive, what is the time of arrival and service time. If either the arrival of the customer or the service time, how many customers are going to come, how much time they are taking service, or both are unknown, then we have to apply probabilistic. Deterministic, nothing but how many customers are coming, we don't know. Deterministic, nothing but how many customers are coming, we know, and how much time also they are taking, we know. Then we don't require any formulas, okay, because it's a certainty. But probabilistic, nothing but how many customers are coming, we don't know, and how much time they are taking also, we don't know, or sometime it may be both are unknown. In that case, we go for probabilistic model. Okay, simple example, taking bus pass renewal. Before going to bus pass renewal, can you know that how many customers are going for service? We don't know. And do you know that how much time they are taking for service? That also we don't know. In that case, we call it as probabilistic model. In that probabilistic model, our interest is to find out arrival rate and service rate. Okay, if arrival rate is unknown, we have to use Poisson distribution. The parameter of Poisson is a lambda. We have to estimate that because I don't know arrival rate. And the service process is unknown. We have to use exponential. Okay, I think in the first semester we don't have exponential, but I'll explain what is exponential. The parameter is mu. Okay, that means arrival rate is unknown. Apply Poisson distribution to estimate that. If service rate is unknown, you calculate that value by using exponential. The parameter is mu. And in that probabilistic model, again we have three different models beta. One is Poisson exponential. Poisson exponential single server model, infinite population. That means what? Poisson is arrival rate unknown. Exponentially service time is unknown. If both are unknown, there is only single server. Single server means what? Only one person is going to provide a service. And in that infinite population. Infinite population, nothing but not finite people are coming. Infinite people are coming for service. Okay. And only this model is there in your entire syllabus beta. And this I'm going to explain in the next class. Okay. And other two, Poisson exponential single server finite population, we don't have. Poisson exponential multiple server model infinite population also we don't have. We have only Poisson exponential single server model with infinite population is there. Okay. And after that, for this model, we have a formulas beta. I gave a sixth question, formulas used in single server model with infinite population. In that, lambda mean arrival rate, mu mean service rate. Lambda is a Poisson parameter, mean arrival. If arrival is unknown, use lambda. If service is unknown, use mu value. Okay. And for this, we have to calculate the values better. Just now I discussed what all things you have to find. Probability that the service facility is busy. Okay, how to find out the service facility is busy is, we have a formula, rho is equal to lambda by mu. Okay. And probability that the service facility is idle. Idle means gap. How do we find? 1 minus lambda by mu. Lambda by mu is a busy time. 1 is a total. Total minus busy will give the idle time. Okay, probability that there are n units in the system. If suppose I want to know how many units in the system, if suppose I'm assuming n units, then the formula is 1 minus lambda by mu whole power n. Okay, and similarly, probability that there are more than or equal to k units in the system. If you have k units in the system, you have to apply this formula. Okay, and similarly, next one, length of system. Length of system means what? How many number of customers are there in entire system, which is denoted by LS. L is length, S is system length. Formula is lambda by mu minus lambda. Average number of units in the queue, that means queue length. Only length of queue, LQ is equal to lambda square by mu into mu minus lambda. After that, we have length of non-empty. Non-empty means what? It is a busy queue. Busy queue length is LQ dash. LQ is length of queue. LQ dash is busy queue, which is equal to mu by mu minus lambda. And next one, average waiting time of system. System waiting time is WS is equal to 1 by mu minus lambda. Okay, waiting time in queue, WQ. Okay, L is nothing but length, W is nothing but waiting time beta. In L, we have length of system and length of queue, length of busy queue. Similarly, waiting time of system, waiting time of queue, and last one we have probability that the waiting time in a queue is greater than or equal to T. Okay, the time greater than or equal to T, how to find out the probability also we have formula. Totally we have 10 formulas beta. All 10 formulas, what you do is you write in your notebook 2 times and by heart the formulas for next class. I think tomorrow also you have a class. Okay, all of you by heart the formulas. Without formula, we cannot understand any problem tomorrow's class. All of you, my sincere advice is don't waste your time today. At least half an hour time you spend for these 10 formula. Definitely you can answer one question in the examination if you know all 10 formulas. It is very easy to by heart. Okay, we have only busy queue probability and idle probability, number of units in the system, greater than or equal to k units in the system, and length of system, length of queue, length of non-empty queue, waiting time in the system, waiting time in the queue, greater than or equal to t. Only 10 formulas are there. All formulas are involved only lambda mu, because lambda is arrival rate unknown, mu is the service rate unknown. Okay, and all of you go through whatever I'm explained. Okay, after my entire notes, then you write these formulas 2 times and by heart the formulas. Then only we can understand the problems. Okay, thank you children. Good boy. Bye beta.
Thank you, sir.
Are you clear, students?
Yes, sir.
Yes, it is only a theory concept. All of you read the formulas for tomorrow's class. Okay, if you know the formula, it's very easy to understand. Okay, bye children.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, bye beta. All of you go through the notes and by heart the formulas.